This Algebra Nation video will cover page 114.
Ready? Split it up. And then again, divide the coefficients, subtract the exponents. Pause now. You just want to try. What am I going to do first? Chop it up. 25 n squared z squared over negative 5nz. Ooh, that negative is going to be a little tricky, right? Minus 50 n r squared z over negative 5nz plus 35 n squared z over negative 5nz. So here we go. 25 over negative 5. And if you need to, pause for a second if you didn't already have that written down. Pause it, write that all down. 25 over negative 5. Positive over negative is negative. 25 over 5 will give you negative 5. N squared over n. Remember, if you have to, make those all first powers if that helps. I'm just going to put a 1 anywhere that's needed with a variable by itself. Just rain in ones everywhere. Not everywhere, just where it's needed. 2 minus 1 will give you n to the first, or n. 2 minus 1 will give you z to the first, or just z. Next, be careful here. This is like a negative over negative. Remember, a negative over a negative will become positive, meaning 50 over 5 will give you just 10. 1 minus 1, that's simplified. R squared, there's nothing to actually simplify it with, so leave it as r squared. And the z's will actually simplify. Positive over negative, so we have 35 over negative 5 is negative 7. 2 minus 1 will give you n to the first, and 1 minus 1 simplify. And there is your final answer. So again, in this case, we're just going to chop it up, and then we'll divide the coefficients and subtract the exponents. And now, beat that test. Here, what is the coefficient of n? The coefficient of n, that's an interesting question because we have to see how this actually simplifies first and figure out which one it is. So again, I see I have more than one term on the numerator because of that subtraction sign. So the first thing you're going to do is split it up. You're going to chop it up here. I have 12e cubed n to the fourth over 6e cubed n cubed minus 54 e to the fourth n cubed over 6e cubed n cubed. Again, pause. That's a lot to write down. 12 divided by 6 is 2. E cubed over e cubed, simplify. 4 minus 3 will give you n to the first. And technically, you're done. It's 2. Well, let's finish it up. Minus 54 divided by 6 is 9. 4 minus 3 will give you e to the first, and n cubed over n cubed completely simplified. So the coefficient, the number in front of n, is 2. So again, they might not ask you for the whole answer, just a piece of it that you have to pick out. Or they could just ask you for the whole answer, like number 2 here.
Or they could just ask you to take a brain break. Because whatever you do, don't do this on the EOC. Denied.
Simplify. I see I have 2 terms because I have subtraction in the middle. If I have addition or subtraction, I know I'm going to have to split this up. I have 45 z to the fourth over 5z minus 20 k cubed n squared z over 5z. 45 divided by 5 is 9. Remember, if you need to, make those a first. 4 minus 1 will give you z cubed. Looking at all the answers, no, no, yes, and yes. So it's down between these 2 answers. And the only difference is one of them has a z and one of them doesn't. If you look over here, you can see the z's will simplify, So we already know the answer is B. But to finish this up, negative 20 over 5 minus 4, k cubed, leave it alone. N squared, leave it alone. Z's, simplify, and that's why the answer is D. So here, when we're asked to divide a polynomial divided by a monomial, we're going to chop it up. We're going to split up the numerator and then perform our division. Divide the coefficients and subtract the exponents. So remember, if you have any question,